Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to T-Wing Adventures, people. First, I want to say that sorry I haven't made a video for a while because I'll tell you what happened. Let's just say I was riding my scooter back home, and my body, right out of the blue, decided to black out on me, and I was sent to the hospital, and in a hospital, I guess the police officer delivered my scooter to my residence, and I guess broke the side light and my turn signal, but I temporarily fixed that. I ordered the parts, and then everything was fine for a while, and then I got a massive hole in one of my tires, and they were worn out anyway, and I had ordered new tires, and I can get part way on, but I can't get the rest on. But with that said, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that scooter yet because I have a new scooter now. My old one is a T-Wing, but the one I'm about to show you is a typical Quattro. And there it is, folks. Don't mind the accessories; those are on my old one. But it's got some nice lights, hydraulic brakes, heavy-duty suspension, nice colorful side lights that change different colors. And then up here, I've got the controller, mirrors that came off my old scooter, my phone holder, Bluetooth speaker, my little pouchy thingy that I moved back here instead of the front. Nice wide deck compared to my old one. And we got the fender there, brake system, turn signals. It's 60 miles east charge up to 50 miles per hour in third gear and using both motors depending on rider's weight and the weather conditions. But so far I got almost 400 miles in this thing and it's performed really good. I've taken it off-road a couple times and it does what it's supposed to. Have had a single problem because I'm subscribed to the scooter thing on Facebook, and I guess people would send in comments and saying, "Oh yeah, I've had this for about 3 weeks. My controller went out and da 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 and all that kind of stuff." But no, haven't had a single problem with this, so it's doing good. Anyway, with that said, today we are at Jackson Park here in Bremerton, Washington, and I've lived here most of my life. And out of the park, because I mean, just a big hazard called Jackson Park. So one day I decided to take a ride down here, and I had made a video last week, but I accidentally deleted it. So this time when I get home, I'm gonna be downloading to YouTube right away. You guys can watch it. Anyway, so we're gonna check out Jackson Park, and also let me walk down here. And let me show you. Walk down here. Now, the history of this area, because the first time I went down here, I noticed this abandoned building, big park. Oh, this is nice. But then when I saw this abandoned building, when we get over there, you'll be able to see a better view of it. But so when I got home, I looked on the history of this place, and apparently in the 40s, the Navy used this area for munitions and testing of ammunition and torpedoes and all that kind of stuff. And I guess next to that dock and that abandoned building, there was another one, but I found out online that they tore that down in the 70s. And then I believe it was in the 80s, I think it was the Navy Corps of Engineers or some kind of people. Anyway, they came in and they completely cleaned up the land, removed all the old munitions, and unburied a bunch of metal and all that stuff, and decontaminated the soil and all that. And so they decided to uh, turn it into a park, but they I guess they just decided to leave that old building and dock up. What puzzles me is that on the dock itself, it's not just a regular dock. It's like there's park benches on each side, and I'm thinking, well, maybe when the park first opened up, maybe that dock was open at one time for the park, and then maybe after a decade or so, they decided, oh, this dock is unsafe, so they just blocked off. So I don't know if the Navy is gonna fix it up someday, or if somebody else is gonna buy it and do something with it. I have no idea. So, but anyway, this is about my third favorite spot I like. I got a nice beach along there, and lots of picnic tables. You got a shelter up there where you can have a barbecue or whatever. And then over here, let me show you. I have no idea what these were used for, but I'm sure the Navy used them at one time. And they look like little storage bunkers or something. If anybody else knows more about this place, leave me a comment. You know, maybe somebody out there knows what this little bunker thing was used for. But you can walk in, and of course, some stupid ass left trash and crap here. So, but you see that door? I'm thinking, okay, what is it? Just a big storage box? The stairs go down into another bunker? I have no idea. So, anyway, I don't know. And then that one over there is just blocks. There's like nothing under anything, unless there was something in the ground at one time and they just buried it over. So I have no idea. It's really hard to say, but you got a nice beach over there and a really nice water. You can take a little kayak out there if you wanted to, and of course the geese are out today, which is pretty cool. So, but lots of little area to roam around, and you got little cookout thingies if you wanted to barbecue or something, or have a little picnic. Now, up that road on the right side, there's tennis courts and basketball courts and a big parking lot in case they decide to have events there or something. And then, so anyway, the Navy had this back in the 40s, but I guess sometime in the 1950s, I guess they decided to abandon this place. And when I first saw this place, I was thinking, oh, okay, well, if the Navy was related to this place, maybe that abandoned building out on the water, maybe I was thinking maybe it was related to the hospital, or maybe they brought in wounded soldiers or something. I don't know. Until I went online later and found out that the Naval Hospital was built, I think it was about 80 or 81, somewhere around there. Because on the other side of that big parking lot was this really huge tall fence, and then this big old lot with a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. I have no idea what it's for. And then, of course, you have the hospital. So, But anyway, it's a nice area. Also, after you get over that hill, if you go left, there's like this real long stretch of. Please mind the crow. Damn crow. Anyway, there's a long stretch of green space with a paved trail, and between here and the other little rotunda thingy, there's also another little shelter. We could have a little gathering, whatever. So anyway, what we're gonna do, folks, we're gonna go down to where that pier is, so you can kind of see a little closer view of it. So stay tuned, and we will be right back in a moment at the snap of my fingers. And we are back. And we are back of where that abandoned dock and building is. As you can see, they got a gate there, and looks pretty old. I don't know, maybe the Park Service unlocks it or something. I have no idea. But yeah, it's pretty much locked. So, but you can see that building there on the end that was probably built in the 40s when they used it for ammunitions and stuff. But I'm kind of thinking when this park first opened, I'm kind of thinking that maybe this dock was open at one time, and they probably decided that it was unsafe anymore, and so they completely blocked it off. So I have no idea what they're going to do with it or what. But yeah, but it's amazing that it still has the original lighting from the 40s and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know if you can see it, but on the right side of this, I guess there was another one, but they demolished it back in the 70s. Why they didn't demolish this one, I have no idea. It's really hard to say. So, but yeah, when I found the history on this, I thought it was like really interesting, and then of course you can see a long concrete slanted wall there, probably for protection. And I don't think there's one on the other side. There might be. I didn't look, but I'm sure there is. But as you can see out there in the distance, the abandoned building. I watched another video on this area one time, and I guess this dude flew a drone around this dock in the building, and he flew his drone through the building and scanned around and then out the other side, which I thought was really cool. So maybe someday I'll get a drone when I can afford it. Who knows? So, all right, let's get back over here. Try to find some with shade so you can see it better. Sorry for the sunlight. There we go. Now I can see it. All right. So anyway, that's the abandoned dock and building. So it's really cool to find history in your area, because I had no idea that this building and dock and this park had existed, because I thought it was just a regular housing park. And after all these years I grew up, and now that I've been here, I know what the area is. So, with that said, okay, let me turn back over here. Okay, so with that said, down the other way when I came in, there's another stretch of land, a paved trail, and also before you get down there's another little area off to the left, and there are stairs that go down the beach, which is pretty cool. So you can go down the stairs and walk along the beach. But when the tide's in, it practically covers the bottom rung of the stairs. So I guess on a really hot day, if you wanted to get a little wet, go for a little swim. There's no signs anywhere saying you can't swim here, and there's no park rangers around anywhere. So I don't know. I wouldn't advise it, on kind of jellyfish and crap. So I wouldn't do it either. So use your own judgment. So anyway, after that, there's another little stretch, with a paved trail and a couple picnic areas. But on the end, where I came back, there is a trail that goes up in the woods. And up in the woods, we're going to attempt to find, there's like about maybe 4 or 5 little storage bunkers that were used for like ammunitions and torpedoes and stuff. And I guess somewhere around there's a regular bunker with steel doors that you can actually walk in. So we're going to find that, and hopefully I can find it. Hopefully the trails will be decent enough for my scooter. If not, I'll walk beside it and just give it a little bit of acceleration to push and give it up the hill until I get some better terrain and get back on it again. So anyway, with that said, wish me luck, and if I find it, I shall return in the snap of a finger. Hey there. We're on the way to find where those bunkers are up here in the woods. And I don't know why, but some idiot left a baby stroller down there, so I don't know. People come in and out of this place all the time, so who knows? Maybe a couple decided to leave their stroller there and they couldn't push it up the hill, I guess, so who knows. But anyway, I got halfway up this hill and I discovered a couple really huge trees that I hardly ever see around here. I don't think I've ever seen them this big in this area, and they're actually pretty cool looking. So I'm gonna walk up to it now. I don't know if you can see it, but there it is. It even has a tree growing out of it out of the side, which is kind of cool. That tree's been here a long time. And then you got another one there that's pretty tall, and then you got another one there, whereas the other trees are smaller. And so those trees have probably been here more than 100 years. So they were here before the Navy took it over. So all right, yeah. So I thought I'd share that on the trail up here. The trail was a little steep, and so I had to use slow speed and kind of walk it at the same time. But anyway, I'm going to continue and find those bunkers because I really want to find them because I love seeing old history buildings and stuff. Someday I want to go down to Astoria, Oregon, where Goonies, Kindergarten Cop, and Short Circuit